everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your weekly pick a card reading. Apologies for not having posted the last couple of weeks. I've had such problems with technology, as some of you will know. Most of you who follow me on Facebook know that. And for those who don't, it makes, if I'm not able to post here, I always do the reading in a written form on Facebook, and that's at Soulful Soul Spirit Speak. So you can look for that, and you can join me there if you find that you're missing the messages. So today I'm using the chakras as your cards of choice, chakra cards from John Holland's deck, and let me just talk about them briefly so you can choose your reading on that basis. Sometimes the messages that we are meant to hear are not related to that card, so I won't force it, but maybe choose on that basis. Or if you just are drawn to a color, you can choose on that basis. So I'm just going to draw 4 cards here on camera. Group 1 will be the solar plexus chakra, and that chakra is associated with self-esteem, our self-will, how we are in the world, and the sun, solar plexus, and its center is the solar plexus. So I always feel like if you are struggling with issues like maybe not feeling, or maybe even depression or sadness, or a lack of self-will or energy, or even feeling low about yourself, work with the solar plexus chakra. Group 2, my doggy, oh wow, the sacral chakra, sexuality. This one's creativity, sexuality, abundance. Yeah. Group 3, the third eye chakra, which is associated with, let me call it divine intelligence. It's our intuitive knowing, it's more than intuitive, it's our deep inner knowing and our spiritual knowing. And oh, that's the heart chakra. I don't think I need to say much more about the heart chakra. So group 1 is the solar plexus chakra. Group 2 is the sacral chakra. Group 3 is the third eye chakra, and group 4 is the heart chakra. Now you could all be here for relationship reasons, but maybe their meanings and the reasons for whatever's going on might relate to different chakras, or their solutions might relate to the different chakras. That's what I think. Or you could all be here for work reasons, but let's see what the cards say. For those who aren't familiar with pick a card, just I will have the picture up. I'll have a picture of the 4 cards up, and you can choose on the basis of either my explanations of the different chakras, or just on the basis of what is drawn to you. You know, I always try to choose from my heart rather than my head. Sometimes you do make a head choice, that's also okay, but generally just go into your heart and feel which one you are drawn to. Don't overthink it, just go there. Okay, beloveds, you will see I'll start with group 4. I try to rotate them on the advice of my brother, because I tend to do the first couple, they tend to be longer. So I'll start with group 4 and move on to group 1 after that. Okay, you'll see the cards now. welcome back, group 1. Your focus is, you've chosen the solar plexus chakra. So maybe whatever you're going through is challenging you, your sense of self, your sense of free will, your sense of self-worth. And we all go through that. There's nothing, there's nothing to be, well, it just is what it is, right? So, and it could be, beloveds, that you are battling with how you feel about yourself. You could be battling with bouts of depression, of sadness, maybe sometimes inexplicable. So let's look at what comes out in the reading. Beneath the deck, you get the Queen of Cups. So this might be related to love as well, beloveds. Let's see. So I'm just going to do a quick run through, and then I'll get clarifiers and deepen the reading. So at the center is this huge change going on for you, beloveds. Similar to group 4, you are going through a huge change, but yours is about cycles of life. It's a huge cyclical change, and I think that the wheel is turning in the upright for you. What's affecting it is maybe finances, but also maybe juggling, or you're trying to find balance between two different aspects of yourself. What you are needing to think about. Wow, powerful. This is the 7 of Wands, and it normally speaks about standing up for yourself. But I think what's been going on is that you have seen this, whatever the situation is, or the world, as a dog-eat-dog world. And so you play dog-eat-dog games, beloveds. And there's nothing, that's just was your protection mechanism. And maybe you're changing that now because it's in the reverse. But maybe just interrogate it a little bit. And look at this Knight of Vessels. This is the energy that's leaving. Perhaps your change is, it's like the Knight of Vessels is leaving. So either someone is leaving your life or you are leaving someone's life. But you have this huge cup that to offer the world, offer yourself, offer someone else. But there's something leaving. It's in the past, it's leaving, but it's also leaving, because if you look at this cup, this knight is walking away from the rest of the reading, even almost literally, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. In the picture. What's in your unconscious is the Hanged Man, and there's something, beloveds, that you are finding it hard to look at from a different perspective. You are, I think that's what you're battling with, what we'll clarify. You get the Sun. This is the card of Leo. You could be a Leo or have fire, a fire sign. Not necessarily, but we all have different energies within us. We have different stars were in different parts of our chart when we were born, and I don't even know if we can uncover all of that, how easy it is. I don't think so. Anyway, the point is that there's this fire energy within you. Now, I'm curious that it's about, you have the solar plexus chakra. But maybe your reading then is not about that being a challenge, but about you harnessing that energy. Maybe you are ready to move on. With passion towards something, or on something, or with something, And there you get, in the near future, you get the King of Wands. So it's like, maybe that's the Knight of Cups. That's the King of Wands. So It could be a water energy and a fire energy. You could be either one of those. And this came up in a different reading last week as well, water and fire. It could be you moving away from this emotional nature to this fiery nature. But there's passion here about something or someone. And around you is the Seven of Coins. This is card of patience. Maybe you've been patient about something, waiting on something to happen, and maybe now it's bearing fruit, because this feels very much like the victory card. That's a laurel wreath there. And like the patience has been rewarded. Your advice card is King of Cups. Wow. You know, this change for you might be moving away from this Knight energy to this King energy. So the Knight can be frivolous in love, because that's about emotions. Their emotions can be toyed with. They can toy with other people's emotions, up and down, whereas the King is more stable. So maybe your advice is about your change being related to you becoming more emotionally stable. But we'll get clarifiers. Interesting reading. In your outcome, you get the Justice card, but you get it in the reverse. And so maybe something, this change is related to toppling something. Like sometimes change requires a destabilization. You know, interestingly, because you also get the Two of Coins there, that balance. So two balance cards. Something has to be out of balance in order for it to change. But let's get clarifiers. Group 1. Oh, okay, look, I'm getting too excited about that central card. Okay, 2 ones come out there. Let's see. So the Wheel of Fortune crossed by the Strength card. You know, what I'm seeing now, I'm tying this in. There you have the Sun. Very strong Leo energy here, you know. So what I'm thinking is that you are grappling with ego issues, beloveds. That's what I think is going on. And there's some huge change that's taking place around ego, around your sense of worth, maybe ego. I must get a clarifier for that. Battling with power, maybe power that you feel or don't feel. You'll know what's going on with you, you know, but I think that's your central issue. You're battling with when to be beast and when to be maiden, when to be with innocence and when to be with anger or fire, passion. You know, when to roar and when to be soft. I think that's what your balance has been about. And so crossing that is this balance, trying to find balance. And the Hermit, the Hermit is in the reverse. So, you know, let me just look at the signs here. I'm seeing Leo energy and Virgo energy, Libra energy. What else? I haven't really looked. Libra energy again. Wow. Lots of fire. Pisces maybe. Yes, with the water sign. So those are the energies that are, or doesn't have to be that, but it could be those, that kind of energy. So here, this card is, the Hermit is in the reverse. Interesting. So either I'm seeing this maybe as advice, that your advice is to go within. I think that you have not been taking that time, that solitary time, or maybe your solitary time. Let me get one more. That one's got me quite interested, you know. High Priestess, there you go. So there's a need to go in and seek inner wisdom on this situation. And maybe you've been caught up in the games, not in a bad way, instead of in the finding the wisdom. And that's just your way of trying to find balance, you know. Maybe it's your fears or whatever. Maybe it's this lack of self-worth, or not a lack. We all have some form of self-worth, and we go through stages, right? So maybe in this particular situation, something's happened that's made you feel either that you want to have power over someone or something, and that you have to play games, or that you don't have power. And maybe they're both interrelated anyway. The reason we play games maybe is because we're feeling powerless and we want to take back power. So I feel like there's some inner wisdom, some inner guidance waiting for you, but it needs you to really take time to be still and go within. You know, there's a strong element of balance here that you're trying to bring in balance. And the cycle of change, maybe that's what's coming in. But it requires you, right? Your will and your actions. Some have a bearing on it. And here, there's this dog-eat-dog, this think about the dog-eat-dog world. Wow. You know, I didn't even realize this was the devil card. So that's a strong theme for you, beloved Group 1. There's a strong theme of you confronting where you play power games, maybe in relationships in particular, where you might be tied to this dog-eat-dog notion. Maybe you are letting it go. Maybe that's what the cycle of change is happening. But why not interrogate it a little bit? It's similar in a way to Group 4. There was that element, and theirs was specifically in love. I'm seeing maybe the partnership here. Could be work. But where you know whether it's work or partnership or something more formal, where you might feel like win or lose kind of thing. This is normally the card of standing up for oneself, but in this deck it's really makes me think of that dog-eat-dog. Well, it is dog-eat-dog thing. And maybe you are letting go of that, but why not just give it some thought? And then in the near past is this 8 of Coins, which maybe this Knight of Cups is something you invested a lot in, this lovership. Now, the thing I see here is this lovership. Oh, gosh, you're not going to believe it. You get the King of Cups twice, because I just thought about it now, and I had to look at your advice. Maybe this wasn't a mature love. Maybe you invested a lot into something that wasn't. Maybe it was right for you at that time, and now you've invested a lot in it, and maybe it's hard to let go because you've invested a lot of time and energy in it. And maybe it wasn't right for you. Or maybe it's growing into something that is right for you with the King of Cups here. That's a possibility. But I will see. This is advice. It's not anything else. But you need to think about that. With the Hanged Man, the card of Pisces here, so you might be dealing with the Pisces, but there's something you're not willing to look at from a different perspective. And it's about new beginnings. there's the phoenix arising from the ashes in this card. So something that might have seemed negative has brought about something positive, or is changing into something positive, possibly. You have the sun, you are the sun, you are maybe feeling passionate. There's this Two of Coins again, but you are undecided about something. You know, the balance can also, the flip side is the imbalance. So you are trying to find balance in something, and it could be about indecision. You might be feeling undecided about something. That's your energy. And it might be love again. Maybe this is something that's very strongly on your mind. And I feel like your guidance is about, one, interrogating that power thing. And I feel, and what's coming to me now is that what is on the outside is a reflection of what's on the inside. Like I said for group 4 as well, I think you need to be interrogating your own balance as well, as a way of bringing the outer into balance. That comes first. And you get here with the King of Wands, this moving into this something quite powerful and passionate in your near future, but with it you get the Four of Coins in reverse. Look at the butterfly, also for me about transformation. You do get it in reverse. So maybe what is happening here, because you are feeling that and because you are working with this balance, perhaps you will be able to open yourself up to something, maybe a King of Wands. What did I see? I didn't see any fire sign here. I saw water, air, and earth. But maybe that's what you're moving towards, some passionate relationship possibly, or project. But it's because you are willing to let go. Because the Four of Coins can be about holding on to stuff, like it's mine, mine, mine. And maybe you are learning to let go of that mine thing, or ownership or control, beloveds. Okay, that's a strong theme for you. What's around you is this hard work. Linked to this, I guess there's been a lot of work, effort you've put into something, and with it you get the Justice card. You've got the Justice card in reverse twice, right? Let me just give it a little bit of thought, beloveds. You know what I think? I think that justice, that balance, might not look like what you thought it would look like. That's what I think. It could be that, or it could be that something is still taking its course. You know, when there's change, things do feel imbalanced, and maybe you need to accept that and remind yourself of this need to go within in order to bring about that balance, to stay the course of that change, because something feels to me like it's transforming for the good of you. And maybe it doesn't look like that, but you have this happy card that represents you, you know, that you are striving for this balance. So that's beautiful. And you get this King of, as your advice, you get the King of Cups twice. That's so powerful. I feel like, look how the King in this one is balancing 2 cups. And they are tied to like something material, like to the earth, but they are in the water. So they are balancing practicality with emotions. The King of Cups is practical, aware, fills their own cup, And because their own cup is full, they are able to share that cup with others from a place of fullness. And that's what I think the balance that you're working towards is, your own inner balance. And then your future card, your outcome card, should I say, is you get justice. All these are in reverse, with the moon and the Five of Swords. Oh. So what I feel is part of your journey, your internal journey, is to look at how you turn your fear inward. You see ghosts where there might not be. I think you need to be interrogating how you shoot yourself in the foot when it comes to maybe close relationships where you don't see your worth, and where that then leads you to play games and maybe to attach yourself into things that are not right for you. Maybe relationships that aren't right for you, that challenge your sense of self. They were right for you because they've helped you grow, but they are not right for you in that maybe you are ready for something that is more passionate, transformative and fulfilling. Maybe you're ready to open yourself. Okay, beloveds, let me get one more card for the overall picture, because there's something beautiful change happening. It's a mixed bag for me. It looks like maybe you are working on this thing about self-esteem, self-worth, and I think it's in relationships. And it's not clear-cut. So some days you might feel, oh, I've got this, and other days you feel, oh no, I'm feeling toppled. But what I do feel is that there's a huge change and transformation going on. It's about ego. It's about balance, which ego is about knowing when to act in different ways and be in different ways and be to ourselves in different ways. It's about finding that balance. I think that let me come back to the advice. It's also about you learning to see things in a different way, to maybe act in a different way, to challenge how you might turn your fear inward and play games that don't work for you. So you maybe, because you're afraid, you play games. You might play power games. You might undervalue yourself or pretend to overvalue yourself, or you undervalue yourself and then use power over, or allow others to use power over you in relationships. Or you play games of power and maybe attach yourself to things that might not suit you, beloveds. But I think that's all changing, and maybe you can't see it changing, but it is changing. And I think it's preparing you to become this more open person, or at least to open yourself to something. New laptop. That is more passionate and fiery, and maybe exactly what you need right now. The king, it's a king from a cup, from a knight. And what else? Those are the key messages. Advice, and maybe it will still be a little bit rocky, but it's about you looking at yourself and how you play games. But that's all part of your journey of finding this balance of the divine masculine and feminine within. That's what your journey is about. And I feel like your journey, and if you look at it, there's a divine feminine and a divine masculine portrayed here. Your route to that inner wisdom that answers to this and to this divine balance is to going within, is to taking time out to be really alone. Sometimes we can be alone and lonely, and we can be alone and enjoy that aloneness. So there's a a guidance to go within, and I feel that that guidance is taking you to your King of Cups nature, to finding balance where you are able to fill yourself. The King of Cups is the boundary setter in love, is able to balance loving themselves with being able to love others because they are so confident within themselves. So that's what I feel is your guidance and what you're working towards. I think the guidance is all this interrogation of where you play games, but it's your advice is to use the Hermit as your guide within to finding the answers that are your answers and yours only in relation to this situation, which I feel is a lovership, but is also connected to your own soul growth and sense of worth. Okay, group 1. I hope that helps you. Please share your feedback. I think this is also a beautiful, really interesting reading, also very powerful. Lots of transformation going on. I just wanted to say I am going to be doing, I've promised, and I've recorded a video on the base chakra, which is this color red. It's our sense of rootedness, groundedness, our sense of abundance, which is the basis for us to do all the other things, to grow spiritually, to be love and all that. So I'm going to do a series, and starting with the base chakra, I'm going to see if I can try and upload it tomorrow or the next day. And hopefully you'll use each of them as a way of strengthening yourself. Okay, group 1, I send you lots of love. Please do share your feedback. I'd love to hear how this sat for you. And I will chat with you again soon. Bye. I'll come back, group 2, and yours is the number 2. So yours, the second chakra, you are concerned with issues of sexuality. Maybe there's something exciting going on in your life. Maybe it's about love. Maybe it's about passion. It could be about a project that you're starting. Let us see. Beneath the deck you get the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands in the reverse. Let's see. So maybe you're impatient about something. But let's see what the cards say. So I'm going to do a quick scan and then I'll get clarifiers and deepen the reading, beloveds. So at the center you have this lack of clarity. Maybe it's linked to something you want to happen that's not happening. You get another page, the Page of Cups in the reverse. So there's a lack of clarity, something you're wanting to cut off or cut through or clarify. And it might be to do with a relationship that you want clarity on. It's in the reverse. Or maybe you're waiting for someone to come forward and they aren't. Or maybe you are wanting to make an offer but are afraid or unclear. Okay, that's what I'm saying. In what to think about, you get the Devil. And I feel you are trapped in some maybe fear. I think you need to look at your fears. Maybe you have fears that relationships will trap you. Maybe you fear that you get too caught up in relationships. Maybe you're afraid of this relationship. Maybe you feel a lot of sexual passion towards someone that maybe you want to have a twosome with, love, but you're really afraid. Let me see, Capricorn, Cancer, Seeing, and Cancer. That's my card for Cancer. Something like that, my darlings. So, near past. Interesting. You've been working hard on something, or maybe this is the energy that's leaving and it's in the reverse. So To me, it comes back to this thing that there's maybe a relationship you are interested in, but you have not put effort into for whatever reason. What you, in your unconscious, is this: you want to move forward. You want to move forward with balance, with the partnership, you want to take the lead. That's in your unconscious. But maybe you aren't doing it. And in the near future, you get the Eight of Wands, which tells me there's still reluctance on your part to communicate. Or maybe you are just waiting for someone to communicate with you, and that's not happening. You have the Six of Coins. Wow, so interesting. Here there's like two people fighting over another. Interesting that I should say that. It's not that. They are, maybe are, but they are also both adoring this person. Interesting. So you might feel like you are competing for someone's attention, someone that you find really beautiful and sexy. You might feel like that person is idolized by many, maybe you, and that's making you feel like, okay, I don't want to touch that. It's so interesting. I've never seen that before. But in the reverse, you know, what I'm thinking is that whatever this situation is, you might feel like it's not a balanced one. And maybe that's what's causing you fear. That's what's making you not reach out. But we're going to get clarifiers and we'll go deeper. What's around you is this offer that's wanting to happen. There's this possibility, it seems like. An offer from Spirit. Maybe this offer was made and you... Gosh, that's a constant theme in there's one group that keeps coming up in all my readings, that there's this offer situation that's been rejected by one or the other. Maybe you made an offer and it was rejected. But this offer that is being rejected is not even two people. It's a Spirit offer. It's an offer from Spirit, but it's in the reverse. So which tells me it's not being taken up. Your advice is the Ten of Wands. Oh, wow. Gosh. Dear hearts, group 2, you need to put those burdens down. Burdens in your head. There's that scarab beetle thing. Is it a scarab beetle? It's a beetle. You know, they turn the mulch, the soil over, which enriches the earth, right? And the plants, and feeds the plants. Oh gosh, I don't know where that's coming from, but maybe that's right. It makes sense, right? So there's something rich that is waiting to happen, I think. Hey, don't take my word for it, right? But that's what it feels like. Look at me disclaiming, but that's what it feels like. You get the Moon in reverse as your outcome card, and what that tells me is that maybe you will be brave. The Moon is about fear, it's about mystery, and I'm seeing it here in the reverse as you are, maybe will be willing to let go of fear. But let's get clarifiers before I get ahead of myself. Your two central cards. And then beneath the deck you get the Five of Coins in the reverse, and maybe you are, and with the Moon in reverse again, so maybe you are going to come out of this feeling like you're the outsider, beloveds. Maybe you are going to extend an offer or something. You know, you can think about this in whatever way suits. I'm seeing love, especially with the 2 there in the sacral chakra. So let me just go with that. a lack of clarity about some communication, some offer. That passionate. There's passion again. Maybe you want to make an offer, or you're waiting for an offer, but you really are unsure of this. If it's work, yeah, it's possible that you're waiting for clarity on a work offer too. I don't know. Okay. And then here you get, wow, there's another like group, lots of pages. You get the Page of Wands there, you get the Page of Wands twice. So passion that's not coming to something, maybe because of fears, but let's carry on. So it's so this clarity and this passion, this offer, is being affected by judgment in the reverse, and this offer in the reverse. So maybe there's your own judgments in relation to this offer that you're waiting for or wanting to give. You have a whole lot of preconceptions about what is right, what is wrong, should I, shouldn't I. That's what I think. Am I worthy, am I not? And then what you need to think about, very interesting, with the Three of Cups in reverse. You know, the Three of Cups can talk about interference, third-party situations, and maybe that's what you're afraid of, is being in, maybe you've been hurt before and you were in a relationship where there were other people and that didn't work for you, or maybe someone cheated or whatever, and so you're afraid of that. Or, on the other hand, it could be you who don't want to, are afraid of being tied down, or maybe a combination of both. So that's what you need to think about, beloveds. And you get the three, another three here, and that's the Three of Swords. So something to do with pain, maybe healing. I'm going to get a clarifier for that one. For those two, I'll get them afterwards. So you in your past, you get the Eight of Coins and the Seven of Cups. So something to do with, wow, choices. It looks like you worked hard on maybe finding the one, and then you found the one and something went wrong. So interesting, very interesting. It didn't happen, or something happened that didn't work. And then in your unconscious, you have this dying to move forward to something that's more balanced, something where there are two equals that take the, what I'm seeing here, wow, I've never seen the Chariot this way. What I feel is you are wanting a spirit-led relationship where there are two equals but guided by spirit. And with it comes this healing of heartbreak. I feel like you need to think about what you're so afraid of in love, why you're afraid of heartbreak. And I feel maybe you are healing. You are healing because you are confronting those things, or you will heal because you are confronting those things. Near future, I said I'd get clarifiers, I will. Eight of Wands, lack of not communicating, and then the Six of Cups. I think that you are maybe overthinking, maybe you are asking, is this the one? Now the Six of Cups is a past life love, it's a soulmate love, it's a love from, maybe from the past even, but it is in reverse. And maybe this is you questioning, is it, isn't it? Should I, shouldn't I? So I feel like in the near future you might still be caught up in that. You are represented by this, what I was talking about, this sense of feeling of worthiness. Are you worthy? I feel like there's all this passion, but it's not being expressed. What I'm seeing is that you are still torn between should I, shouldn't I? And around you is this offer, oh, okay, well, and you get that with the Six of Swords, which is about movement. So I think that something's changing. Maybe you are moving from this place of stuckness to a place where you will maybe move to that. But let's see. Your advice is that, well, I think it's partly, I think you need to get rid of these. The wands are showing to me as being stuck in your mind about stuff. You get 2 tens here as your advice. 10 of Cups, which is joy, fulfillment, and the 10 of Wands, which is burdens. So maybe your joy and fulfillment are related to you laying your burdens down. And I really think those burdens are head burdens that are related to your experiences. So whatever your previous experiences are, you are kind of still holding on to them, and they might be getting in the way of everything in love, fulfillment in love, you know. And then in your outcome, you get the Moon, which is the fears, but you get it with the 8 of Coins, which is this card, right? It's like coming full cycle. You did all that work in the past, and you come back to that work. Do I really want to rebuild with someone? I think that's your key question, I think. So, to be honest with you, group 2, it feels to me like you are going to have to decide whether you want to stay stuck or move forward. Oh, wow. Let me get 1. Let's put it there. Lots of pain, beloveds, that you need to confront, I think. Oh, wow, goodness. And beneath the deck, you get the Hierophant, the Temperance, finding balance, beloved. So you are maybe working towards balance. So you get the Emperor and the 3 of Winter. There's something about your divine masculine energy that is going through a lot of pain or confronting pain right now. And you just need to go through it. You need to confront that pain and trust that you are held with it. You're held with it. I'm thinking about the bear there. There's something about comfort and protection. You know, they talk about a mama bear. Maybe you are healing that mama bear energy in yourself. How lovely. But there's also something about the masculine that's needing to heal. Like maybe you have very strong head ideas about relationships, and then you get them, and that's what you're healing. All this talk. Okay, and then you get to clarify this, you get the 10 of Coins, which is the abundant family life. It's having everything. It's love. It's love in abundance and financial security as well. So I really feel like what you're needing to think about is all this. It's almost like there's this promise of this possibility, but you're thoughts and your past experience and your worries about love, your fears of love get in the way. And here, this spirit-led love that is, you are healing around that in the unconscious, is leading to a sense of self-worth. You know, I feel like when we can give ourselves this feeling of abundance, that's when we are able to share that with others, or be in relationships where we feel strong and worthy. Once we feel worthy within ourselves, we are then able to have those worthy relationships. And if you want to, you can apply this to work, studies, or whatever. I'm sorry, it has become love, and that's what it feels like. Let me see. So for your take home, beloveds, let's see. Needing clarity on an offer. Let's read it as work. But not opening yourself up to that because of your own feeling of a lack of self-worth and your worry about either work or project or partnerships not working out, where you might feel trapped or you are afraid of being cheated. But there's a lot of healing happening in relation to this divine partnership. This divine partnership within yourself, maybe, if it's work related, or in finding the right fit for you. I feel like your relationship with, if it's with work, sorry, that's there. It feels like you might cut yourself off because of your sense of a lack of self-worth, and you are needing to heal this mama bear energy for your divine masculine. I feel your masculine, there's something about your masculine energy that needs healing, like mother love. I'm not going to elaborate any further. These are the messages that are coming, and it feels right, you know. And then beneath the surface, up in your unconscious, is you're wanting this beautiful balance, you know, whether with a work partnership or finding the right space for you. And you are doing a lot of healing in that regard, leading to this sense of self-worth, right? And yeah, I think it's again about self-worth. It's like you blocking yourself from going for something because you don't feel worthy, and talking about something, making communication because you don't feel worthy. But there is movement. There is this opening yourself up to divine energy coming in. And I think your main advice is, well, think about how you view relationships, work or otherwise, your experiences, and how they might be blocking your wealth, your abundance, your experiences of being burnt in the past, and abuse of power maybe, and trust. But your advice is to those burdens, all your experiences have been weighing down on you, and instead of you enjoying the beauty of them, the everythingness, the feeling of pure abundance and joy and love and fulfillment, might be blocked by your carrying too many burdens. It's like and those burdens are related to your experiences. It's almost like you are only seeing the negative in your experiences, and not the learning, and not the growth, and not the what you are, the beauty of who you are, you know. And then I think that maybe your outcome is you confronting your fears around building stability, whether it's with a partner or on your own. It's like you're coming full circle to finding the one. maybe, yeah, there's something about coming full circle back to the one. Wow, intriguing. And you know, like what I'm saying, I'm trying to see it as if it's not love, the one could be the one true passion of your studies, the one true work relationship, the one true project, or the one thing that you are meant to be working on right now. And so I'm going to leave it there, beloveds. You've got a lot of work to do, and I think this is really important. So just take it as it fits you. I hope that it helps. I will be starting my chakra healing Reiki. I did do the first one, and I haven't been able to upload it. You'll know that I've had problems with my technology and with internet. So I will start this week. And please share how this has sat with you. I hope it's helped you, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, Group 3. You've chosen the third eye chakra. So there's something deep going on with you. Maybe you are seeking guidance, or you're seeking guidance of the deep sort. You're doing some soul searching, some communion with your intuition, with your higher self. So, let's see what the cards have to say to us. Beneath the deck you have the Nine of Swords. That's the sleepless nights card, card of sleepless nights, of trying to fight off these negative thoughts. So maybe that's what your concern is at the moment. So I'll do a quick go through, and then I'll get clarifiers with the other deck and deepen the reading. So at the center is this two-mindedness. You are really stuck in your head about something. Should I, shouldn't I? This way or that way. And as a result, you're not able to hear your deep Athena wisdom. And I feel like this is related to maybe love, because all the readings are about love. Maybe, gosh, this is about, or in this case, it could be about hard work. It might be about work. It might be, you know, really, really significant. It might be about you trying to decide, you know what I'm seeing here, having worked so hard on all these things, do I give them up now? Do I walk away now from all this that I've built? It's that kind of feeling. In the near past, you had the Four of Wands, which was stability. There was stability in the situation, and that's kind of in the past, or is moving out. Something's changing in that regard, or changed. You need to think about your ideas about abundance. You have the Queen of Coins there, but she is in the reverse. I think that maybe your ideas about abundance have been masculine ideas, and you need to think about, what does feminine abundance mean? What does abundance in a feminine, for you, not for the world, for you, what does that mean? What does a more feminine approach to abundance mean for you, beloveds? Lovely, actually. I don't think you've been honoring the feminine within you enough. Beneath the deck, in your unconscious, is this Five of Cups in the reverse. Well, I think it's related to something that you don't want to let go of. but which maybe needs to be let go of, so in order for you to have this freedom, you and others to have some freedom. It's like this potter has worked so hard on these clay pots and doesn't want to let go of them, which is quite understandable. You've put a lot of effort into something and now you're afraid of letting it go, and yet maybe letting it go might be temporary for one, but will most definitely lead to your freedom. I shouldn't say most definitely. What I'm seeing in the cards is that the letting go might lead to this freeing you and another, or just freeing aspects of yourself. In the near future, you get the world in reverse. So there's some cycle hasn't come to an end yet. There's some cycle that is still, you are still in. It hasn't come to its completion yet, sorry. And I guess that we'll get clarifiers, and that's just the way it is, that you're completing a cycle, but the fact that the world has come there suggests that it is in motion, but it's just not happened yet. You are feeling like the Queen of Wands in reverse. Maybe you're hankering after that, and because that aspect is no longer, you are feeling quite uncreative and uninspired. Maybe your self-worth is taking a knock because, she has the yellow there. There's something about that, beloveds. Around you is this richness. There's so much potential. There's these 10 of coins waiting. These 10 coins are waiting for you. There's unbearable abundance available to you and around you. It will be so interesting to see what the clarifiers say. Your advice is patience. Let's see. And your outcome is the Knight of Coins. So maybe you are dealing with stuff and it's leading to you having a more youthful approach to finances, to your abundance. Let's see where that third eye comes in. See? This card was stuck in here. I hadn't put it in the deck, and it's about finding your one. It might be your true calling, it might be your passion, it might be the one. It's interesting it was stuck in there. It's from the last reading, but still. Cards. Hold. Oh, wow. This devil has come out for? Wow, okay. For everyone, I think. You get the star in reverse, so there's something to do with your healing that you need to be honoring. And I think it's related to this worrying being in your head. Yeah. You're battling with some aspect of healing. So this two-mindedness, this should I, shouldn't I, this way or that way, is related to your sense of independence, beloveds. It could be something like, should I enter into a relationship? Should I go into a partnership with someone? How will I feel? You can have independence and be in partnership, but there's something going on that you are two-minded about, and it's related to this sense of independence and maybe also a sense of self. What will that do? Am I worthy? There's a lot of that going around as well. And then with this Eight of Cups, letting go of something, you have the Two of Cups. Let me think about this. This requires me to take a step back. This is what I'm thinking. So this potter has had all this life experience and has accumulated all of this and is afraid to leave it all behind. But I think what the potter is being invited to, and what the potter is not seeing, is that they can work on two parts right now. The two that are make them feel most free. So it could even be having had lots of relationships and finding the one. And so saying that all my past relationships is not a bad thing, it's led me to the one. Or it could be in work, like work and studies. Maybe you've worked on a lot of projects, maybe research, whatever the case might be. And it's time you're kind of at a crossroads now, which there's too much going on, and you, instead of focusing on too much, you're being guided to focus on maybe two things that are complementary. Wow, I just love this, really. I love this. Oh, I didn't get a card for your past card to clarify that. Judgment. Something changed in the Prince of Cups, Page of Cups. So something changed here, beloveds, where there was something stable, and it needed to go through a transformation. The Judgment card can also be about you interrogating that experience to see what is to take out, sift from it, like an evaluation. You sift out what's working so that you can build forward on the things that are working, and there becomes your cup, your two in the one. So maybe there's something that you've learned from the past that you can take forward in one project, but might have two different parts to it, two different aspects to it. What you need to think about, I love this idea of honoring the feminine, because look at that beautiful feminine there. The World card. It's almost like the Empress in this card with the world there, There's definitely something about, you see, you get the world here as well. There's something to do with some completion, and perhaps you've been very masculine in the way you've approached this situation, and maybe you are needing a more feminine approach. This is so interesting. In your unconscious is this fear of partnerships, in fear of building something together with someone or others. Like, the Three of Coins is about building a masterpiece, to building something with spirit, something that's spiritually guided, or with your higher self. So think about that. Think about what might be getting in the way of this, letting something fall so that you have this freedom, so that you can rebuild something beautiful. That's still based on something from this past experience, but it's more honed. It's more guided, not guided, more directed. And, as I say that, I pick up this, and that's what it is. It's those two birds being directed by you, by spirit, by your higher self. The two aspects of yourself, or the two projects, the two whatevers from all your experience being directed by you now, trusting that you have the ability to guide them towards the next phase, towards ending a cycle so that a new cycle can begin. But it's so powerful that you have the Chariot there, and it could be, that's what I see it in here. I see that you are the charioteer, and you must trust that you can take your experience, hone it into maybe 2, if there are too many projects, into 2 things that are complementary, and trust that you can move that forward, or into a partnership with a complementary person, and trust that the 2 of you will be able to work together in union to build whatever this is, knowing that spirit or your higher selves or your higher self is guiding, that it's directed. You get the 2 of Swords again, so there's a lot of indecision here with you, group 3. And there's, the third eye is coming, because I think your third eye is blocked by your freaking earthly eye. If I think about the complement of the third eye in the world, I would think it's the intellect, right? So your intellect is getting in the way of your intuition, of your deep, deep inner wisdom that you have. And it's making you feel unproductive, unsure. And you know what? That's okay. It's a moment, and it's a teaching moment. But you're getting clarity, and I think you are being guided to see the abundance around you, that you've got it. It's there. It's within you. It's within your reach, and it's within what you have so far done and achieved. It's within your realm of possibilities. Not only that, it's tangible. It's there. You have it. You just need to hone, I think. And look at this. It's related to not hedging bets. Not, look at I hope this works out. I'm going to play this game, and I hope this works out. It's the opposite of that. And then you get with the, oh, wow. Your advice is to open yourself to offers. Open yourself to offers that are divinely guided to you, that are based on your experience, on the patience you've done, all the things you've built over time, and that you know will be victorious. It's like that is the offer, it's the victory. Trust that. And then your outcome, you get the Devil and the Knight of Coins. Well, I'm seeing the Devil very much as positive here. It's like, let me just think about it. Okay, so the Knight of Coins, I think I'll get one more clarified, but this is what I'm seeing. The Knight is not as innocent as the Page, has a little bit more experience, but still not sure how to use it. So that might keep you stuck in feeling trapped. However, you can also use the Devil constructively and say, okay, I'm using my power now to manage these resources that I have, these 2 different aspects. I'm taking charge. And I feel like that's what you need to do. Maybe it's, let me get a clarifier for both Knight of Coins, and because I'm seeing, the thing with the Knight of Coins is slow and steady, right? And I think that's another thing. Maybe you have in the past charged forward without the slow and steady, and maybe you're charging forward now, like the Devil's static, but it's slow so it's echoing that thing of slow movement forward, managing my power, and being confident with my power. But let me get another clarifier. Look, and then, wow, this is what group 4 got, because I started with them. So you get the Emperor and the High Priestess. It's like, sure. So I think that, let's see something. Okay. group 3, there's your going within. So let's see this. So slow but steady, and you know the Emperor is the fire. Fire represents fire, so passion, a lot of passion. But look again, the Emperor's got one thing in one hand and another thing in the other, which to me, and those two things on the rams on their shoulder, so it's talking about that balancing, bringing two forces together, slowly, steadily moving forward. You can still bring your passion and move forward slowly but steadily. So it's like finding that balance between the passion and the steady movement forward. I think that's your beautiful challenge, beloveds. And with the devil here, I think it's really deep. I think that the devil, there's something about you honoring the positive aspects of the devil, honoring the teacher in the devil, honoring the ability to take whatever you saw as negative and hone it into something, see it for its positivity, you know, like something you might have thought was unworthy with the potter there. You might have thought, oh, that pot is not good enough. Maybe there's gold in them thar hills, you know. So there's something about your journey that needs to be honoring the devil within you. And I'm not going to go on and on about the devil, but for those who might not be able to relate to this, I've got a couple of videos where I talk about the positive aspects of the devil, or I interrogate the devil, and you can listen to those and see if anything resonates for you. But I think that the devil working with the high priestess here is so powerful. It's like there's gold in them thar hills. You are discovering the beauty. There's some beauty that you're unpacking, some deep inner wisdom about yourself, something spiritual, something deeply spiritual about your journey. And maybe it is you finding, you know, I don't want to overstate this, but I feel like maybe it's in a way, from all this muck and mire, you are finding your true calling. And, you know, I'm not into this whole thing of purpose and purpose-driven life and all that bullshit. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. There is some truth to that. Let me rephrase that. I'm not saying it in a memey way. Meme as in memes, right? M-E-M-E. I'm not saying that meaningless trite stuff. I'm meaning that deep down you might be finding what it is that makes your heart sing and moves you forward with joy. And it's in this thing that you thought was muck. It's in these things that you thought were failures. It's in your experiences that you thought that made you feel unworthy, maybe. Yeah, so group 3, let's just look at that a little bit. There's this interrogation here, and there's this honoring of the Emperor within you, in your near future, but slow and steady, fire with the slow and steady. I think that your ticket is in looking at what are the divine feminine aspects within you that you haven't honored. You know, the divine feminine would be more gentle, would be more nurturing, would help you start seeing the beauty in all your achievements instead of you beating yourself up about them or seeing them negatively. There's something about that that's a strong thing. There's something that you need to let go of. I feel like you might have lots of passions, and there's some that need to be let go of in order for you to move forward. And I keep seeing the two, even in the High Priestess, balancing two aspects and moving them forward. Like if I think of, let me use me as an example. Gosh, I have so many projects that I want to do, and I believe that I will do them, but I must hone in on one or two that complement each other, that are the thing that will drive me maybe towards achieving all the others and bringing them to life. But for now, I need to hone my magic, my intuition to deal with, and maybe this is the reading for me, to deal with what is needing my attention right now. And it's all the stuff that I might have laid aside, or it's all the beauty of everything that I've ever done in my work life that I might have seen as failure, or others even might have, that I'm bringing together to birth. So I'm just giving you, I mustn't get caught up in my own thing now, but that's what I'm seeing for you, dear beloveds. Something so beautiful going on here. I'm not going to belabor it. In fact, you can listen to it and you can draw out of it, because I think there's so much advice here. Just listen to it again and then go and see how you can implement the advices that are in this reading. And I'm going to leave it there. Beloveds, I have recorded a video, a chakra video. I'm going to start with the base chakra, which is about our sense of belonging, our sense of stability, our sense of abundance. And it's about opening ourselves to abundance as well. So I'm going to start with that, and I hope that and I will do them weekly. Hope that you will start with the first and work on that. I'm doing Reiki with it. I haven't been able to upload, but I will in the next couple of days. Okay, Group 3, please share with me how this has sat with you. I hope it helps you, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Bye. So, welcome back, Group 4. You've chosen and your card is number 4. Your chakra is the 4th chakra, the heart chakra. So perhaps you are dealing with matters of the heart. But let's see what the cards have to say. And I'm going to do the Celtic cross today. And these are your cards. Sorry, I thought I was shuffling on camera, but these are the cards that came out. You have at the center Judgment, and crossing that is the Princess of Swords, or the Page of Swords. So to me, what this is saying is there's a huge change taking place with you, a kind of rebirth. So something is changing, and it requires a clear mind, clear thinking. Let me just say, it's involved with intellect, or it requires head. It's affected by head stuff. You know, it could be that a message comes in, because the pages are also messengers. So like communication of some sort might come in that precipitates this, it leads to this rebirth, or maybe you've even expected that. But let's see what the rest of the cards say. Sorry about that. What you need to think about is the 6 of Cups, and this is the card of past love, of nostalgia. It's of memories, of innocence. You know, the page can also be about innocence. So there's something about innocence, and perhaps you are taking a relook at a love situation, but you're looking at it now with less judgment. But let's see. In the past, or what's the energy that's leaving, is the Queen of Wands, something passionate. I find it interesting that which is the Hindu goddess with the character with many arms. Is it, I was going to say Kali, but I don't think it is. I just can't get it. But the Queen of Wands is depicted with many arms, you know, but talking about creativity, maybe juggling too much, possibly. And maybe that's an energy that's leaving. Perhaps you have been on fire. And sometimes when we are on fire, trust me, that's my experience. Like, I have 101 projects that I want to do that I'm passionate about all of them, but I need to keep reminding myself to be focused. So maybe that's an unfocused but really passionate and beautiful energy that you are coming out of. Maybe you are moving to more focus. Let's see. Beneath the deck, you have the Five of Cups. Now you have the Six of Cups there, and you have the Five of Cups here. And this is this is not beneath the deck. Sorry. Did I even check beneath the deck? You got the World. Wow. So there is something major going on, some huge change going on with you. It's related to your heart. I mean the two central cards. The one in your unconscious, relating to your unconscious, is a cup card, and the one that you need to think about is cups, and you have the heart chakra. So I do feel like this is matters of the heart, something that's close to your heart. So with the Five of Cups, I think that in your unconscious, this situation is somehow affected by your choice, how you choose to view things. And you might be struggling with seeing the Four Cups. You're seeing the spilled cups, and right behind you is two beautiful cups standing. Maybe there's something to do with not throwing the baby out with the bath water. In your near future, you get the Nine of Swords in reverse, which tells me that something that you've been worried about, maybe this Judgment card is related to something that you might have caused you worry, and you are maybe getting more rest as well. You are represented by the Chariot. How awesome is that? Can you see, though, how I'm just thinking, look at those colors, right? They are so linked. So this passionate energy, be proud of it. It's moving out, but it was the instigator of this moving forward energy. So something's moving forward, and it's related to project. It could be related to projects, passion, something you are passionate about, that you love dearly. And what's happening is, I think this energy might have been what you needed to start, whatever this is, even if it's a love thing, but it might have been all over the place in some ways. And this energy is of harnessing that energy and trusting that you have the ability to move forward with balance in whatever this is. Around you is the Hierophant. So you might be concerned. This card is about tradition, maybe dogma, maybe spiritual knowledge. It could be church, family, structure, some kind of structure. So this might be what's concerning you. But we're going to do a go around. This is just a quick overview. With the advice, you get the Nine of Cups. There's another Cups card. And to me, this is about enjoying your independence. Trusting that there's love all around you, no matter what is going on. There's love all around you. And then the outcome card is the Emperor. It's standing in power, standing in your power. And I love the Emperor here. It's I'm not getting any feeling of power over. It's just power. It is masculine power. No matter who you are, it's harnessing that masculine energy for whatever is going on. But let me get clarifiers. I'll get one for the central card. Wow, another page. Gosh, beneath the deck, wow, you get the King of Coins in reverse. And here you get the Queen of Coins upright as your outcome card. So, I know you chose the heart chakra, but there's also something practical going on here. Wow. So there's a rebirth happening. It might be in a love relationship. And rebirth can be taking stock, and it could even be moving on and changing the dynamics of a relationship. It need not be that. But there's definitely a huge change going on within you that is likely to affect a partnership or a familyship or some kind of structure. This change, okay, let me look at this Lady of Vessels. This is the page of, another page. It's so interesting because I did a reading for a friend yesterday, and this issue of innocence kept coming up, and that's what I'm seeing with you as well. I really feel like there's this energy of approaching everything with innocence, and maybe that's what's happening with the Judgment card, is maybe you are having a relook, a rebirth around how you are approaching a situation in your life that might be related to love. And I think you're looking at it with the eyes of innocence. You're seeing everyone as with love. And that's so, so beautiful. It's very powerful. It is really powerful. There's so much antagonistic in the world at the moment. I feel like there's so much posturing and memeing, and it's all about take. It's like, what the fuck, really? And honestly, love is so powerful. Love is so, so powerful. It doesn't make us weak, especially if we approach it from a full cup. If we approach everything from ourselves first, love for ourselves first. So there's some beautiful rebirth going on with you, beloved group 4, and I think it's beautiful. What's affecting this central situation is the Prince of Swords, and the Prince of Swords is clarified. Princess of Swords, that's the Page of Swords. Speaking about messages, I'm seeing that scroll, like information coming to you. With the 4 of Coins there, I think that whatever comes to you, whatever comes, needs to be shared. Let's say it feels to me like what's important is communication in this situation. You can still communicate with an open heart. There's a need for communication and not holding yourself to yourself, I feel. You might be doing that out of fear, like, this is also a theme that keeps coming up, and it's a natural concern, like changes in relationships can affect finances, and I'm not saying in your case it's a split. In fact, it's not clear to me, but it might be clear to you, but there's certainly something changing, and I think that it's in a relationship, a deep lovership, partnership, quite deep. And the guidance is open yourself to the messages. Be in your innocence. Open yourself innocently to, have beginner mind, Open yourself. Try to not have preconceptions about what comes to you. But don't bury that. Don't hide whatever this is that's going on for you. Communicate, and communicate with an open grave, with an open heart. I think there might be an element of a fear about resources or something practical, because the love relationship, when things change, the practical also changes. And something like that. What you need to think about is power. There's an issue of power, and I think your issue of power is in relation to sharing power. The magician, which you get in the outcome, and this is so beautiful that it's come here because it clarifies that for me. We can be tempted to want to have power over another lover, another person in our lives, because then it's more controllable, and we do it with the best of intentions. Like, we might not even be aware of it. And I speak from experience, So when I look back, when I interrogate myself, I think, oh, was that a power game? I didn't mean it to be, but was I trying to hold the power? So I think for you, there's this need to just observe yourself in a deep love, in something that's from the past, and your tendency, where might you, maybe we all use power, so maybe it's more a question of where do I use power without realizing it over another, instead of sharing that. Something like that, beloveds. And then in the near past, or the energy that's leaving, is this, why do I not remember this goddess, because I'm so familiar with her, but anyway, is this energy of maybe taking on too much? I mean, the beauty of that, like I said, is it's beautiful. It's like all the inspiration, but maybe not harnessing it. That energy, and maybe because of that energy, a lack of clarity in the mind. But that's what's leaving you. This is the same as that. It's the same card. It's the Page of Swords. So it's something to do with the mind. It's something to do with communication that wasn't working in the past. And maybe you've come to a place where you are starting to harness your thoughts so that you can have clearer communication. In the unconscious, there's a lot of fear, beloveds. So confront those fears. Look at the eyes all around. Maybe you're worried about what people will think, or, outside eyes, judgment, and maybe that's where the judgment comes in as well. I think you need to look at how you judge yourself. Instead of making it an outward thing, see what you expect, your expectations of judgment, interrogate them, and ask, turn it inward and say, where do I judge this thing? If I expect people to judge that, what am I judging about this? So there's judgment there. But the one thing I want to note is that there's two cups there. There's this a strong bond that you have, I think, with somebody. It's a beautiful bond. So whatever's happened in that relationship, this, in all relationships there's spilled milk. So, or a relationship that's died doesn't necessarily mean that a new relationship, or one from the past, or a past life one, or a soulmate type relationship won't work. It's that kind of thing. But I feel like what you need to be looking at is your deep fears of relationship, and I think of prying eyes. Let me tell you, those eyes mean nothing. They mean nothing. It's your conscience. It's your conscience. It's your values. It's your beliefs, your love. Something like that. There's something you need to interrogate about your fears and your fears of judgment, possibly your fears of relationships and your fears, I think, might be related. One aspect is about judgment. It's definitely about judgment, or the whole aspect is about judgment. But for some of you, there might be other fears as well. And I think that's what you are working with. That's what's going on in your unconscious. Ask, what am I most afraid of? in the near future, you get the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So what you are replacing is all this worry. You, I feel, are starting to take action. And I think the action is about you having clear communication. Wow. I'm just noticing that the Queen in this is the only deck ever where well, it's depicted in this way, but you have what I'm associating with the base chakra and the heart chakra. So something to do with love has a material, there's a give and take of material effect. So love is being affected by material stuff, or material stuff is being affected by love, whether that's a change in love or something. It's something to do, like material grounded, real things, real life things are affected by love and vice versa. But I feel what's happening is that you are finding the balance between them. And I think that comes through communication. You're becoming a communicator when it comes to this particular situation. You're learning how to communicate more clearly. And then you get the Chariot. This represents you. Well, this makes sense. I feel like you are moving out of your feminine energy into a more masculine energy. You are owning the masculine energy within you more. And I don't care who you are, Like, for me, I think that my main energy is very feminine. And partly that is socialization, but I think there's a part of it that is part of my makeup in a way, And for the last 5 years, I've been working on balancing my divine masculine within, drawing on my masculine energy. And I feel you are going into that kind of space. You're starting to honor the masculine within you. And it doesn't mean, okay, your feminine energy, what I feel, it's not negative. It's just being, I was going to say suppressed, but maybe it's being allowed to take a back seat for now. The Chariot, I'm seeing the Chariot as very masculine energy. You're moving forward, but here's the thing. This is so much about balancing the masculine and feminine energies, knowing that you can draw on each element as is needed and you can combine them as is needed to move forward. That you have the ability to manage this moving forward, which is very much related to this journey of the divine masculine and feminine, either and or within and without. So within yourself as well as within a relationship. But I feel like for you, this energy is needing to take their role that they've dominated so far for you. And now I think you are moving into this energy, or allowing that energy to be your focus, to be your learning, to be your engagement with. Because you've got this. If I think about myself, like you've got this, So that's what I'm getting there. What a powerful reading, group 4. What a powerful reading, really. Okay, and what's around you? This is the 5 of Swords. Wow, 2 5s, right? The Hierophant and the 5 of Swords. So there's Swords energy again, which is about communication. The 5 of Swords can be game playing, and it can be you talking yourself into or out of things that you believe to be right for yourself. So I would say here, this is what's around you. There's some kind of system that has controlled you or is controlling you. It could be marriage. It could be your perceptions about marriage. It could be your ideas about what relationships should be. But it's a system that has dictated that this is the way it should be. The thing about that system, the Hierophant is not bad. those of you who know me and have followed me for a while know that this bloody Hierophant always gets me. But the truth is, the Hierophant is not bad. We need systems, right? We need, I want to say, rules or guidance, because we live in a world with each other, right? But the problem is when those rules are taken on without our interrogation of them. And the thing with this is that I think it's happening at a very deep level for you. So it could be a relationship. It's something on the outside that's affecting you. But with the Five of Swords, it could be whatever this change is that's going on. 5 is also the number of change. Whatever this huge change that is going on for you, either the people on the outside with those eyes, right, are deep down you're allowing their perceptions or them to affect how you see yourself, how you view this change, how you act in this change, and or affecting your enacting this change. Or it could be you. So there's this you shooting yourself in the foot is what I'm saying. So there's this element of something going on deep within you. But when we change, those around us are affected. And that's the idea. Those around us are affected, and the material conditions might be affected as well. Something practical. Your advice, I will put the Hermit up. Both 9s. This is amazing. Both 9s. So, you know, the Judgment card comes before the World card, right? So it's 22 and the World is 20. It's 20 and the World is 21. So you are very close to a major change. So I feel like there's this transformation, this rebirth going on, but it's slow. It might be happening slowly, but it's powerful. It's really powerful. And I think it's related to your seeing love within yourself, feeling this independence. Now, I just want to say, I think that this independence is also, we can be independent and still be interdependent, right? We can still have relationships with our loved ones. I mean, deep, loving, passionate relationships. In fact, maybe our independence fuels those. So I feel like your advice is to don't see your independence as a negative thing. You've been doing a lot of this going within, and maybe with the Hermit in reverse. I don't normally see the advice cards in reverse, but the Hermit did come in the reverse, and maybe it's saying, all that work you've been doing within uncovering this independent soul, I feel what the reading is saying is now it's time to speak. Now it's time to share. It's time to reveal. It's time to honor all of that by speaking out, maybe in a relationship, for example, in a family, maybe. And then your outcome card, your outcome card is the Emperor and the Queen of Coins. This is so beautiful, right? So it's almost like you're finding balance with the Emperor there and the Queen of Coins. This is balance between your fiery nature and your practical nature, your passionate nature and your practical nature. So the Queen of Coins is about abundance and about enjoying that abundance. Look how independent she looks. Look how free she looks. She's naked, unlike the Queen of Swords, right? So it's almost like this being able to speak out. There's a lot of balance, I think, coming out in. There's this need to speak out and speak clearly and be clear about words and thinking. There's this practical element that's coming in, this grounding of something beautiful and free. This aspect of you that is independent and free and comfortable with who you are. And this marrying that with this Emperor nature, this divine masculine nature. So there's some balance coming in, beloveds. I feel like it's within you, and that whatever this is, it's within you and it's without. It's like the outside is a showing of the inside, and the inside is affecting the outside, both in negative ways or ways that can be painful, but they're all what needs to happen, and in positive ways, in ways that can heal this situation, this relationship, or whatever it is. I wanted to get one more for advice. Okay, let me do this as advice. No, let me not get any more. I feel like this is your embracing your freedom, honoring this freedom that has been brought to you, this independence that's been brought to you. It's your right. You've worked for it. Enjoy it, whatever that means. You know, honoring that, thinking about power and where you might abuse it to protect yourself, because you might be afraid in relationships. Relationships are scary, right? Because they are about another or others. And I think that the other thing that you are looking at, and this is the deep one that maybe you journal about over the week ahead, you go to bed asking for guidance on, is where are you concerned about other people's opinions? And where is that a reflection, even more importantly than other opinions, is those opinions, where are they within you? And interrogating the within you, in your unconscious, those fears and those opinions, the fears of what people might say, the fears of judgment, the fears, it's within you, beloveds. And that's part of your journey of even taking this independent nature forward further. Okay, group 4, thank you for that. That was such a beautiful and interesting reading, I must say. I hope your week ahead is wonderful. Please share your feedback. I think there's something really powerful going on for you here. By the way, I had promised I'm going to try and get my base chakra reading up, color red, and it's about the grounding. It's about grounding things, which I think is going on here for you. It's about the material, it's about our roots, it's about feeling stable in the world. Okay, beloveds, I send you lots of love, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye.